video home system. These suckers have been around for nearly 40 years, so there is a ton of weird media recorded on it. And today, we are going to take a look at some of those weird things. This is truly VHS hell. Let's start this fiasco off with Hermie and Friends, the Scaredy Spider. When I booted up the tape, I was immediately met with a cartoon about a green nose.
Hear the call. Come one, come all. Don't be left behind. A green nose for you all. Step right up. Step right up. Yes, folks, Willie with it warranties. Guarantees. Green noses are the most fabulous new thing of all time. And you're just not with it without it.
If only I had a green nose.
And it just kind of ends. Is that a short or a commercial or a... Hey look, our feature presentation. We open with a rainy garden and look, ladybugs. Looks like these guys are gonna be our first impressions.
I'm not afraid of lightning. I'm the bravest ever infinity. I'm the bravest ever infinity plus one. Oh, I hate when you do that.
Well, they see the spider and leave, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that right there is our Scaredy Spider.
What an agreeable, amiable, pleasurable day. The vacation brochure said this garden would be filled with insects. I don't see anything around except a leaf.
By the way, that audio is completely unedited.
Get a hold of yourself, Webster. A stick!
I love that zoom. Oh.
I can't believe I was terrified of a simple stick.
Get it? Bugs are scared of him, and he's scared of everything. I feel like this is an incredibly cliche storyline, but I don't have any examples to pull from.
I'm a nervous wreck. All edgy and anxious.
So the ladybugs go and complain to the leader about Webster.
He was big and mean, with hundreds of legs, and he was after us.
Whoa! Hold on.
He was over there, by the flower patch. It was a spider.
A spider in this garden? Couldn't be.
We saw it.
Nope, we don't allow spiders here.
We have a wall.
Maybe I could help you get over your fears.
Hermie agrees to help the spider man up, which inevitably leads to a speech about fear.
Thought I would bring him to you to talk about fears.
Sometimes fear happens when we face something bigger than us, something strange and scary. And sometimes our fears keep us from getting hurt. But other times, scary, sometimes we get so scared. Someone who can get to be brave.
What should I do?
You must talk to someone who'll be with you wherever you go. Someone who can make you brave when you're scared.
Who?
God. Let's pray and ask him.
Sounds good. Hey, God!
Hello, Hermie.
Hold up. They got an answer? Now, I've been around a lot of Christian media throughout my past. I've seen humans pray, I've seen vegetables pray, but the fucking insects are the ones to break the barrier of holy intercommunication? When faced with an all-powerful deity, Webster does what we all would do. Awkwardly shuffle away. Next, Tim Conway attempts hiding the spider behind a costume. Yeah, in case you hadn't noticed, Hermie is voiced by the great Tim Conway, aka Barnacle Boy, and Webster is played by the computer guy from Kim Possible. Taj Meowery?
But maybe we can try something else.
So they arranged for Webster to play at a concert to make people like him.
Are you sure about this?
When everybody sees how much talent Webster has, they'll love him.
After a bunch of moaning and screaming, Webby runs into the most annoying stereotype.
Hey, what's up? I'm like Lizzie, okay? Like Lizzie Lizard. Like, what's your name, little man? Maybe there's like a mall somewhere.
Long story short, Webster saves the day by doing something only a spider can do.
Oh no! What a predicament! Waterfalls, defenseless children? What can I do? Cowabunga!
Roll credits.
You got fear and fright of the dark and light.
No need to dread. Don't lose your head.
Never mind, big mistake. Alright, so I found this in a box on the side of the road. What that says about its quality, I'm not sure. Look at the size of the text on the box. What is that, 18 point? Alright, so this one starts out with some basketball. Radical!
Hey, help! All right. This time around, it'll be me, Scott, and Nick against Jimmy, Ryan, and you.
I gotta go.
Right. Oh, come on, Scott, one more game.
No, really, I can't.
Where are you going? Hey, that's right. You're gonna be baptized.
Baptized?
How come?
I'll explain it to you sometime. Something I believe. And it's partly for my little sister.
Little sister? I thought she died.
Jesus! Straight out of the gates on that. No foreplay, nothing. Just dead sister.
Yeah.
So this is Scott, and he has a dead sister. And that leads us to a very uncomfortable reminiscing scene. Just replace the music and oh boy. This immediately leads into a sister-related flashback. It even comes complete with sappy music and the warm filter from Instagram. Honestly, this looks more like a commercial than a flashback. Bringing the whole family together, Nature Valley. It just keeps on going. There's a full minute and 20 seconds of smiling and family moments. In fact, that's the main problem with this movie. Constant flashbacks. This movie lasts for 32 minutes and 6 seconds. And out of that, 18 minutes and 48 seconds are flashbacks, which only leaves 13 minutes and 36 seconds for real life experiences. Yes, I got out a couple of stopwatches to find that out. Doesn't that seem a little, I don't know, lopsided? Anyway, the plot, or what I can make of it, is a family's transition to Christ. Maybe. Honestly, the constant flashbacks make following any plot difficult. Next, we switch our focus to the father, who's touring people through a paper factory.
Color offset, and you should see what it does. Here's an example. Oh, Dean, give me one of those. Here, take one.
Until he gets a call from his wife, which leads us to, what else? A serious flashback to trap times.
Hi.
Hi, honey, how you doing? Gosh, I was hoping you would have left by now.
Look, people were late, and I'm going as fast as I can.
What is the big deal?
In fact, this is so serious, I need a wardrobe change. Close enough. Well, let's see what shenanigans our father gets himself into.
I can't believe what's happening.
Oh. New characters. Alright then. This movie's more all over the place than a child in a wood chipper. This is their alive daughter, and she's talking with her friend about faith and such.
Brave enough to talk about things and stand up for your beliefs, you probably wouldn't be doing this.
You did it, not me. You and your family are the ones that made the decision.
Hey, I wonder if this will lead us to a flash, but there we go. Okay.
No way! What's the matter with you? I mean, you like him, right?
Yeah, we get along great. He's funny, he's intelligent.
He's gorgeous!
Oh, darling, he's absolutely gorgeous!
I mean, he's totally gorgeous!
I like how she realized she sounded absolutely ridiculous, so she tried it again. It's the little things that keep you going.
He wants to take the relationship a lot further than I do.
Jody, come on. I mean, if you want that boy, you gotta do what it takes to make him happy.
Okay, did not expect to end up here.
Whoa, there's Dot. I've got a conquest to make. And so do you. See you guys later.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm off to get Todd's rod.
Maybe she's right. Maybe she's wrong.
Oh shit, son!
Actually, there's no maybe about it.
You and I both have friends that took things way too far before marriage.
Okay, premarital sex equals a smiting. Let's continue. Back to the father, I guess.
Yes.
Mr. Perkins from the homeless shelter is here to see you.
Oh, that's right.
So essentially the dad story arc is about him being a dick to someone who runs a homeless shelter.
It's Perkins, isn't it? Yeah, well, as you can see, I'm kind of busy. But listen, let me call the accountant and see what happened to that donation. Sometimes these things just fall through the cracks.
And whoops, his car breaks down and he has to go borrow a phone from the same shelter.
Excuse me, is there a phone around here that I can use?
Yeah, it's right down at the end of the hall there at the, it's right around the corner.
But believe it or not, this leads to the only scene in the movie with any emotion behind it.
And I need a tow truck. It's at, thanks.
Yeah, it's nothing new, but it works. So next scene, the dad donates a bunch of nondescript things.
Gee, I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. And you don't have to worry, we'll have all this stuff delivered. Okay? You take care of yourself.
Then we're back to Scott. That got real pretty fucking fast. Scott looks really torn up as well. Gee, remember when my sister died? That sucked. So, honestly, nothing much else happens. There's a scene where someone pulls into a driveway, which leads to another sap back, bringing the whole family. And after that, the entire family gets baptized. And then we end on the best possible note for something from the early 90s. A slow-mo basket. I might need a break from all this hard-hitting drama. How about instructional videos? Yeah, I found these in the same roadside box as On the Way Home.
Now it's your turn, Ron. You tell them about the spit wheel assembly.
And then into the A position, B position, B position, A position, the B position. It's as simple as that. You never can get those people to sit down at the table when you want them to. I'm going to take the meat.
From that angle, it almost looks like Danny DeVito. It's a rum ham, Charlie.
And now Ron's going to show us an easy way to tie chicken. And now here are some cautions. Things to avoid when using your rotisserie and barbecue.
Do not touch the glass on the top or the bottom. It's hot. This is very, very hot. Always very hot. It's very, very hot. Never grab that. You'll burn yourself.
This is important. Remember, always keep at least 8 inches of space from any cabinet on the top, sides, and back.
This is no. Hot, hot, hot.
Hi, my name is Ed. This is my wife, Dawn, and we're here today to show you how to use your new Vitamix. I'm sure you're just as excited to start using your machine as we were when we first got ours.
Now, before we get started, I'd like to take just a moment to go over what came in your package. For those of you that purchased the basic package, you received cancer, and that includes 2 cookbooks. For those of you that purchased the super cancer, you got all of this, plus you received a second container.
Press in by the arrow at the container tab, the lid lifts off easily. Now, if you happen to have small hands, you may want to use a spoon. I'll add in a quarter of an apple, which adds fiber. We all know that we should be eating more fiber in our diet, and I do prefer the drinks cold, so our juice is going to have a few ice cubes to your good health.
This is no.
Enough of that. Let's switch our attention over to this little gem, Wishbone. This educational show starring a talking dog aired on PBS Kids from 1995 to 2001. Now, the interesting thing about this show is its focus on literature. I've never seen another kids show do this. Though I must admit, I don't keep up to date on educational programming. Anyway, After an awkward CGI transition, we meet our lead canine, voiced by Larry Brantley, who spends his time walking around giving quips of dialogue.
Whoa! Excuse me. Hello, Oakdale. It's late October, and everything seems just a little different.
He explains to us that things are getting spooky.
I can't put my nose on it, but something strange is in the air. Something chilling. What could it be?
Before he's beckoned home by baked goods.
Edible! Ah!
Here we meet our main human character, Joe. His favorite pastime is bitching about how Wishbone wasn't at basketball practice.
Very first day of practice and you weren't there. It's bad luck, especially today.
And it seems Joe's superstition doesn't stop there.
What is that smell? Joe, what is that? Sorry, Mom. They're my practice socks, my lucky ones.
Ew, didn't I bury these last year?
The duo heads off to buy a basketball, but not before a rousing game of fetch. So now it looks like we're going to switch over to the literature portion. Wishbone gives a quick background of the book, then we cut to him now portraying Ichabod Crane, where he partakes in what I can only assume is social commentary of the American school system.
Now, class, it is very important to know the difference between knowledge and useless information. That after you break a mirror, you must walk in a circle to reverse your bad luck. Clockwise, mind you. Not to be confused with a black cat crossing your path. Then you must circle counterclockwise like this. Oh, twice on Sunday.
Back in reality, Joe finds out he's been signed up for a spooky scavenger hunt.
Wait a minute. It's your lucky day. You already signed up on Samantha Kepler's team.
I am?
Then we immediately cut back to Ichabod, who's striking up a romance.
What are you reading there, Mr. Crane?
Ah, yes. This is Mather's book of witchcraft in New England. Most fascinating.
It must be quite exciting.
Bestiality! Back in reality, Joe continues to be paranoid.
What is it about this day, Wishbone? First you weren't at basketball practice. And then you run into the old Murphy place. Now there's a scavenger hunt. Last year on Halloween I sprained my ankle so bad I couldn't play basketball for a month.
So only 20 minutes in, we're starting up the main plot.
Great costumes.
Thanks.
Nice costume, Calvin. Hey, Demont. What are you supposed to be? Your worst nightmare.
So the scavenging trio cracks the first clue, which leads to this.
Welcome to the House of Wonder. Wonder what the future holds? Well, boy, howdy, have you come to the right place. Let's fire up the crystal ball. You are going to be very successful gathering candy. Show me your palm, and the luck begins now. Happy hunting!
I like how that kid doesn't even smile. The first challenge involves poaching.
Try the tiger.
And since scavenger plot lines are dumb, let's just go ahead and cover the other two challenges. There's a horse race and a Rube Goldberg machine. Back in literature land, the Headless Horseman is mentioned.
Perhaps even the Headless Horseman.
Meanwhile, the gang closes in on the final challenge. Spooky house. Now I have to say, the atmosphere is pretty nice. The green light and shadows make a nice little haunted house vibe. So let's ruin that with a cheesy jump scare.
Put it back, Sam!
Back to Ichabod as he makes the trek home through Sleepy Hollow. Until suddenly, we hear faint horse hooves in the distance.
Oh, oh dear.
Wait, there it is again.
Who are you?
Oh my god, it's the Headless Horseman!
The Headless Horseman! Ah!
We get a tense chase scene through a shadowy forest until the horseman closes in and strikes. That was decidedly less impressive than I remembered. Back in Oakdale, they wrap up the scavenger hunt. Well, that concludes VHS Hell. My name's Ethan, and I'm leaving this place. Play me out, Richard Simmons.
Do you want to be toned to the bone? Yes! Dig it here.